Welcome. This is a video walking you through the simple settings for email processing and specifically how to set up an acknowledgement to respond to a customer when they send in an email to support at and create a ticket. So we're here in our demo environment, technician dashboard, where we have the ready to engage, service calls scheduled, and waiting status tickets. If you have any questions about these three widgets and how this dashboard works, just send me an email. From here, we're going to roll over the bookmark and go to the admin module. I have all of the modules that I go to often bookmark, and the way you bookmark them is checking the star here and it turns gold, and if the star there is gold, then it will be in this list. From here, we're going to application wide, and this is the new release that has just come out, and they have changed the admin modules. This used to be more vertical, and it used to be in the application wide. It used to be right down here, email processing. So just give me a moment. Email notifications, surveys, and here we have incoming email processing. So this is where we're going to start, and I'm going to show you the easiest way to set it up in Autotask, but there is a better, richer way to do it. So let's go step into the incoming email processing. Our support is info at, so we'll go ahead and edit that. In this case, you would be editing yours. If you want to set this email processing up for the first time, there's great documentation in the Autotask database, or shoot me an email. I'll be happy to help. So inbox name, the email address is info at, and then of course our Autotask login. We set the minimal width and the minimal height pixels to 100. This takes out the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn icons that are in every email. So when people respond back in, this strips off those tags so they're not cluttering up our tickets. I always prefer that the original email is attached to a ticket when a ticket's created. That way, if there's any question about the way I edited a ticket, we can always get back to the original. And then I like to append the email header information in the description so that you can quickly see who sent the email in and when. I find that to be valuable information, and by having a checkbox here keeps me from having to retype it. The question at hand, though, is how do you set this up to respond to a customer when they send in and create a ticket? Notice we have enabled additional contact handling so that if anybody is CC'd on the thread, they will be added to the ticket. And then when the acknowledgement goes back, it will acknowledge not only the person that sent it in, but everybody on the CC. So the real secret to sending a response with the ticket number in the subject line so that anybody replying to the response, it'll be added to the ticket, is in the notifications. And here's a list of a bunch of notifications that we have. These are the advanced global. If you want a list of all of our notifications, templates, and our workflow build for this communication system, please send me an email. The default Autotask is right here. This is the incoming email processing confirmation. So that's the default one that comes to Autotask. And just simply filling in this box is what's going to trigger sending this notification back to the customer, as well as anybody else that is CC'd on the thread. And then, except for one problem, I'm in the failure area, not the success area. We don't notify customers of failures. We just notify Carol and myself that something has failed. Down here, success notifications. This is where you'll put the notification, and all you have to do is put it in this box. We don't recommend you notify anybody in-house. That's a lot of emails, a lot of noise, and a lot of things that don't get paid attention to. It will show up in the triage queue. That's set up here, triage queue, and that's where you'll pick up the ticket. So that's how you set up the email processing. But as you can see, that's only one part of the question. I'm going to cancel out, make sure I don't make any changes. What you're really asking about is the notifications. So in the notification templates, go to Service Desk, and then you can see these are all the advanced global notifications. If you want to know what one of those looks like, shoot us an email and we'll let you know. Let's see here. Let's find the default one that came with Autotask. I'm sure it's in here. Here we go. Incoming email failure, ticket created, confirmation. Okay, so here it is. You can tell that this is the original one because it was created by Autotask and it was last modified by Autotask. We don't have it attached to any workflow rules. We're using our notifications. So this is what comes default from Autotask. And at the simplest way is to just take this default notification that Autotask provides and hook it up in your email processing. And you'll notice the ticket number is in the subject line. It can be anywhere in the subject line, but typically you always find it at the beginning of the subject line. And the ticket number in the subject line is what means that anybody responding to info at, support at, or whatever your email, incoming email processing email address is, if the software sees a ticket number, it will take the note added and add it in the ticket. So that's the simple way of setting it up. However, we don't do it that way. We don't recommend that way. What we recommend is using a workflow rule. So let's go looking for workflow rules. Surveys. It's going to be right here, workflow rules, in a section by itself now, rather than shared with a dozen other things. Thank you, Autotask, for spreading things out, making it easier to find. Greatly appreciate. So these are our workflow rules. Customer note added, closed ticket. Let's just type in the word create and see what we get. Nothing. Figures. Try new ticket created. Nothing. So what did we call that rule? You would think I'd have it memorized. I've worked here long enough. Customer ticket. Acknowledgement. That's what we called it. I should have known that. So the way we set this up is that if a ticket is created by anyone and the status is equal to new and the account name is not in our dev environment, these are all our own developmental customers. You might want to exclude yourself or something like that. That's not something we recommend to customers. We just say status equal to new, ticket created, status equals to new, Q is triage. Then what's the action item? Go to the notification and check the ticket contact. We should also check the box additional contacts. We don't notify anybody in-house. This is our support team. We don't notify anybody in-house. We don't send any. All we do is notify the person that created the ticket, and if there's any additional contacts on the ticket. And again, the template we're using is the Advanced Global Acknowledgement template. This one's tagged do not use, so maybe we need to update this workflow rule. But if we look at that acknowledgement, you'll see the ticket number is in the subject line. So that is what, if anybody responds to this email, it's going to see that the ticket number is there, and that's what's going to add it to the ticket in the Autotask ticket management system. I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, just shoot me a message and I'll be happy to provide further information. And if I totally misunderstand your question, I'm sorry. Give me a chance to try again. Thanks. Bye.